Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here.
Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel, Fantasy Lorenzo.
Wait, what did you say?
Fantasy Lorenzo.
Have a good one.
You guys better subscribe and watch my friend on his YouTube channel. He is kicking ass.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of the TV series American Gothic, which follows the Hawthornes, an affluent Boston family who must redefine themselves following the discovery that their recently deceased patriarch could have been a serial killer. Suspicion rises that one of them may have been his accomplice.
Silverbell's killer committed 6 murders. His calling card, a single silver bell.
This can't be what it looks like.
If we don't control this story, it will ruin all of us.
It does feel like the killer could be someone close to us.
Through a grenade.
Then maybe you should handle me carefully.
So yeah, this show ran for 1 season on CBS a couple of years ago, and I actually just finished watching it on Amazon Prime a couple of weeks ago, and I definitely wanted to get to talking about it. Now, this show, it's a mystery drama, but admittedly it does have some soap opera elements to it, or the way it's formatted, or the way it functions episode to episode, which is something I wouldn't normally be interested in, but the cast sort of stuck out to me a bit. Namely, actors like Justin Chatwin and Anthony Starr being in this was just great. Anthony Starr, if you guys know, I'm a huge fan of due to his work on Banshee being one of my all-time favorite shows. So it was just great to see him in another role. I was desperate to see him in another role. And he's perfectly casted here as the estranged oldest brother, Garrett, who's been away for a number of years, about 14 years, since the dispute with his father. So there's that's kind of the main mystery of the whole season. And you have Justin Chatwin, who I think is very overlooked as an actor, actually. He has a bit of a bad reputation just because of Dragon Ball Evolution, but he was quite good on Shameless. And I really enjoyed seeing him here in another sort of reoccurring role. Or he's one of the lead characters, actually, so that was nice. So I actually think he's pretty good. And his character, Cam, he's a recovering addict. He has a lot of issues, but a lot of times he also seems to be the most sort of neutral, reasonable, or sort of level-headed character on the show as well. And, he has a son who seems to have some, darker tendencies and everything like that, and he has a strained relationship with his wife, who is even worse off than he is in terms of getting through her addiction. And there's another layer there as well that you uncover as the season goes along. But yeah, I enjoyed the relationship as well, and it goes to a pretty surprising place. But yeah, I honestly really enjoy this show. Again, it does have some soap opera tendencies and everything, but the cast makes it, and admittedly, I was pretty engaged episode to episode. I mean, I would watch some of it at work. I would finish it at home, and really, when I would watch a whole episode at once, I'd watch it, and I'd be about it's like 22 minutes into it out of the 43 already, so it'd already be half over. So I was pretty zoned in. I was engaged. I really enjoyed it. I don't know why it was canceled. I don't watch a lot of CBS shows, but it held pretty steady through its season. I mean, it started at about almost 3.5 million. It went over 3.5 million a little bit, then it went down to 3 million, and basically it roughly stayed around 2.5 million, give or take, for episode 4 and onward. So I think that was actually kind of stable, and I guarantee it's that performed better than at least some of their shows they've had that have gone on longer. So it's odd that it was canceled, but it is what it is. And luckily, though, it's one of those shows that, yeah, it got canceled, but luckily it actually was able to have a good arc and sort of a tied up, fulfilled story. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of potential for them to go somewhere further in another season, but really it's good. We got lucky here because the main story was essentially wrapped up by the end, and it actually had sort of like a series finale worthy couple ending scenes as well, so I was pretty happy about that. Not gonna go into every spoilery bit of it, but as far as the father supposedly, let's see, let's hold on a second. But yeah, as far as the mystery of the father and who the killer was, or maybe it was someone else, it kind of makes you go back and forth a little bit. I thought where it ended up, it wasn't completely expected. I thought it was fairly unpredictable, I want to say. Like, you're wondering, okay, if this person's involved, how much was it? What did they exactly do? But was it actually this person that had a bigger hand in it? So it wasn't the most obvious choice, but where it went, it made sense for each one of them, I think. So it was pretty good on that end. Although I would say, like, the final culprit they deal with isn't necessarily the most satisfying character to have at the front and center there. But I still liked it, and there's a little bit of black humor sprinkled in throughout the show as well. Particularly from Justin Chatwin, but just from some character interactions here and there, and then sort of Anthony Starr or Garrett's sort of, sarcasm or sort of like blunt statements here and there. And besides Garrett, we get some flashbacks to him as well, because again, he's been away for so long, and he sort of like lived off, of the land and everything, and people automatically suspect him as the main killer, because he comes back all, lumberjack-like and everything. I also enjoyed his relationship with Christina, a woman he meets in the show. I'll just say that. That was kind of nice and endearing, and then again, just Garrett's demeanor and how Anthony Starr played it, I think really satisfied me as a big fan of his from Banshee. And then again, I had to talk about Justin Chatwin, because he is almost the most relatable of the whole show for me, and I really enjoyed his presence as well. And the whole family, though, is pretty good. I think every character was pretty well casted, from Tessa, played by Megan Ketch, to Juliet Rylance as Allison Hawthorne. She's the one running for mayor, and she sort of has kind of a strained marriage going for herself, a certain dynamic with her assistant, and I liked her. And again, Tessa, Megan Ketch, she is sort of like the glue of the family, or she tried to be optimistic, and she has this relationship with Brady, who just so happens to be a detective looking into the case. And then you have, let's see, the mother, played by Virginia Madsen. And, I thought she was perfect, sort of, as that, you almost get a sense that she's, like, the overarching, like, evil of the show, maybe, but then you see there's, some strings that she's pulled that's actually, meant to help the family, so you're really mixed on her character as it goes, and, again, she's one of those characters, her demeanor played well and everything like that. So yeah, I really honestly enjoyed this show. It's unfortunate that it got canceled. Someone else from the cast I want to mention, who I forget, I can't find the actor's name right now, but let's see. Mitch Hawthorne, Jamie Sherandon, ironically he played Oliver Queen's father on Arrow, so that was kind of nice. But yeah, anyway, I really like this show, and it's unfortunate we didn't get more of it, because the cast had a lot of pretty good chemistry together. I think it would have been good seeing more of that. but it ended off in a pretty good place. It actually served as a decent closer for the whole thing. So I was happy about that. Overall, I'd probably rate the season about a B minus, somewhere in there. But I could probably keep it at a B because, again, I was engaged, and that's the main point, to really be into the show and care about what happens. And I did to a pretty good extent. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.